Do you want to give me feedback on my video?
I want to tell you, I loved it. It really was great. I loved how you greeted them when they were and welcomed them when they came in. What do you think about having the mics off?
Yeah, it's better.
Yeah,
And I totally understand like where you're coming from when you say that because of the they do need to go to first grade and know how to not call out all the time.
Yeah. Oh, that would be terrible. The teachers would hate you because they get split up. But I feel like it's like your class was so much more organized, less chaotic. The kids could hear better. I think they can learn better. Yeah, I liked it a lot. The only thing I noticed was like I loved how you wrote the words, but then you said the words 3 times, and then you wanted them to say a sentence, and then you defined the word. I think you should have defined it first so they knew, made a sentence of your own, and then asked them, okay, you guys make sentence now.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Sometimes like while I'm teaching, like I have an idea of like I'm gonna do this for each word in this order, and like as I get going, like I will forget a step. Like I'll forget to ask them to repeat me 3 times or something like that, or like I'll do it out of order, and I'll be like, oh wait, we forgot to do this for this word.
I do that all the time too. So like I didn't know if you did that on purpose or you were just spacing out, but I thought it was great. I really, and just doing the thumbs up, great. Now I'm wondering, when you said, oh, are you guys ready to move on? What if they would have all said no? What would you have done for that lesson? You know what I mean? Because I was like, oh, you give your kids a lot. Maybe it's the program. You give them a lot of power, and they're so young.
Yeah.
Like at this age.
I've thought about that, and after I do it, like I think it's the way I word it, because instead of saying like, are you ready to move on? I could have been like, how do you feel about the puzzle words that you've finished? Mm-hmm. Instead of being like, are you ready to move on? Just to get like an idea about how they self-assess on the content. But like, I think I could have worded it differently to be less like, we're not going to move on, because the reason I like doing that, I do like them to feel like there's some autonomy, but also I knew that they were ready to move on. Because I've been, giving them assignments and looking at their progress. They're all doing so well with the first 25 puzzle words. So I kind of knew that they were all going to either give a thumbs up or to the side. But
so what if you would have said this? You guys, I'm so proud of you. I can tell you're ready to move on. So guess what? We're going to learn new words. You know what I mean? Because this is what I find with my kids. I'll be like, good morning. How is everybody? Thumbs up if you're good. Thumbs up if you're bad. And there's always like 5 of them. They're like that. And then they see each other and they're like, ugh. I'm like, really? Oh, well, let's turn that around. Whatever. But I don't know if they're really bad or if they're just doing that. So, I mean, you can
if they give a thumbs down, then they have to tell me why.
I don't want to waste time on that unless I have the time, because I only do that during when I come on in the morning during line time. So I'm always like, I got all this stuff. Rarely do we sit around and talk and
I want to do more talking. I'm going to do more talking. I
You
think
did that.
my kids are learning really well. I feel like I'm getting better, and just doing 3 minutes of talking at the end of each class or at the beginning. Just because on this assessment, they have those conversation questions. I don't think my kids know it. We're going to spend a whole class going over it. Or I'm going to plan a whole class. And if they finish early, we'll do something else. I'll plan extra, but I don't think
Now, I changed one of the questions because there's two of them, like, how are you and how are you feeling? Okay, these kids are 5. So I got rid of one question because if you want, the goal is for those questions to have a full sentence answer. So by giving them a tricky question doesn't make sense to me. So I changed it to, I think, how old are you? So I changed one. So
yeah.
they'll say,